All right, hey VC, I'm Jamie. Welcome back. We're back with another video. And yes, it's another contest entry video. And this is for Brian at Brain Twang. And this is contest number 2 of 4 contests that he has going on right now. He's launched contest number 1 already. So this being number 2, he's just launched, and still 2 more to come. It's not too late to enter any of the contests. I'll leave a link to contest number 2 below for Brian at Brain Twang. And the first contest was about tribute albums. This one is about guest stars. So feature albums that you have, be it CD or whatever, that feature guest artists or guest stars. And you can take this a couple of different ways. There's certainly lots of albums where the featured artist has guest stars or really top session musicians that aren't necessarily featured as, you know, this album with the guest stars. I've gone the route of really the featured guest stars, or even the idea of a lot of duets albums, which have certainly been popular through the CD age. So let's get right to it. The first one with this contest that really came to mind for me was B.B. King. This is Deuces Wild. So this is B.B. King with a number of featured artists on this one. This came out in 1997. So you got B.B. King with Van Morrison, Tracy Chapman, Eric Clapton, Mick Hucknall, also Bonnie Raitt, Dr. John, Marty Stewart, and the Rolling Stones, to name just a few. Joe Cocker as well. So B.B. King, Deuces Wild. And Brian has shown this on his channel. I do have Jerry Lee Lewis, Last Man Standing, and just a whole host of great artists featured on this one. And I also do have Jerry Lee Lewis, Mean Old Man, with a number of guest stars on this one, including Ronnie Wood, Kid Rock with Slash, Mick Jagger, Tim McGraw, Eric Clapton. The list just goes on and on. Ringo Starr, John Mayer. It's a huge list of artists. Okay, how about Lionel Richie's album? Tuskegee, I believe is how it's pronounced. Forgive me if I pronounced that wrong. This is Lionel Richie's music, and he's teamed up with a number of country artists on this one. And this was a huge seller when it came out. This was with Blake Shelton, Jason Aldean, Darius Rucker, also Little Big Town, Kenny Chesney, Rascal Flatts, Jennifer Nettles, Tim McGraw, Shania Twain, to name just a few. A big album covering Lionel Richie's stuff. Songs like Say You, Say Me, You Are, Stuck on You, Deep River Woman, with Lionel Richie featured on all of the tracks, of course. Now, when you talk about duets albums, you got Tony Bennett's Duets, an American classic. How huge was this? So you got Tony Bennett on here with Dixie Chicks, Barbra Streisand, James Taylor, Paul McCartney, Elton John, Billy Joel, Tim McGraw. Tim McGraw keeps showing up on these things, along with Elvis Costello, Katie Lang, to name just a few. Huge one. And then, of course, we have Tony Bennett Duets 2, and then he's got Lady Gaga, John Mayer. I do really like that full duets album with Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Cheryl Crow on here, Queen Latifah, Norah Jones, Josh Groban, Natalie Cole, to name just a few. And then there's Tony Bennett Viva Duets with a number of artists like Gloria Estefan featured on here. You got Christina Aguilera, Mark Anthony, international artists. Van Morrison's duets. I almost forgot about this album. Van Morrison Duets. So this is, again, another duets album. This came out in 2013 or 2015. Mick Hucknall's on this one. Mick Hucknall seems to show up on a few of these, along with George Benson's on here, Mavis Staples, Steve Winwood, Mark Knopfler, Michael Bublé, Taj Mahal. Not a bad disc. Not a bad disc at all. And then when you want to talk about the team-ups, how about the Frank Sinatra Duets disc with Luther Vandross, Aretha Franklin, Barbra Streisand, Julio Iglesias, Gloria Estefan, so many, and it was such a big success. Of course, they had to put out another one with Frank Sinatra's duets, too, with Gladys Knight, Stevie Wonder, you got Patti LaBelle, Linda Ronstadt, Chrissie Hynde, Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson shows up on these quite a lot too. And then not to be outdone, of course, the Barbra Streisand's duets, Barbra Streisand. And we've got on this one Barry Gibb, along with Barry Manilow, Neil Diamond, Bryan Adams, Ray Charles, Frank Sinatra, along with Celine Dion, Donna Summer, a lot of the usual suspects, if you will. Kim Carnes, Vince Gill's on here, Michael Crawford. Barbara Streisand duets. And then I only have a burn of this one, but Elton John's duets disc. And on this one is Katie Lang, Don Henley, you got Tammy Wynette, Nick Kershaw, Gladys Knight, Bonnie Raitt, and Leonard Cohen, to name just a few. So that's my listing there for this contest number 2 with Brian at Brain Twang. I will leave a link to the contest, and you can check it out. And thanks for dropping by. Take care. Bye-bye.